Good morning, guys. Scott with Heritage Farms. Here we are. We're in the pecan orchard. And man, what a beautiful Saturday morning it is. You know, you got to love this time of the year. Love the fall. There's so much positives going on. You know, the older I get, I just can't handle the heat anymore. And the Texas summers are brutal. So I really cherish spring, winter, and fall. Not a big fan of summer anymore. It's just so hot and so dry, and it goes on and on and on and on. I'm sure the people up north are saying, yeah, well, the winters, the snow, the sleet, the ice, blah, blah, blah. All right, guys, what are we doing today? We are taking out the new cattle 3C feeder for a test drive. So one of the best things we did at the farm was when we installed this overhead feed bin from Southwest Fabricators in Hugo, Oklahoma. Shout out to those guys. They treated us well and did a really good job. But this has just been a blessing to have, man. Let me tell you what, it just makes it so easy. We can buy feed in bulk, save a little bit of money, you know, so they're not having to put it in 50-pound bags. Plus, let's face it, the older I get, it's harder and harder to handle 50-pound bags. So that's just a reality of life, man. Even when you're young, that's overrated, man. That's back-breaking work. Work smart, not hard. So this is where we're at. So this is the 2014 F250, just a work truck. I mean, that thing had no features, but it's got 30,000 miles on it. So what did we do? We came in here and we did a couple of things. Let's just start with the first thing we did was we detailed it. It hadn't been washed, waxed, or anything, so we gave it a good washing. We compounded the paint. We then waxed the paint. Then we took it over and had the windows tinted. That was the second thing we did. And we put limo tint on the back, dark on the front, and we also put a tinted brow across it. So, in the spirit of moving things along, I knew that we were going to put a flatbed on it. And while we were looking at flatbeds, we wanted a flatbed that also had a hay spike on it. So one of the questions came up was, hey, what about the weight? You know, the flatbed itself weighs 600 pounds more than a normal pickup truck bed. The the cattle 3C feeder, that thing actually weighs 600 pounds. So there's an extra half a ton right there just between those two items. So decided to come in here and we put a lift kit on it. Not only did we put a lift kit, let's see if I can get down here and show you. So we also put helper springs on there. And these are the Hellwig helper springs. You can kind of see the lift kit we put in here, which was a traditional 2-inch lift kit in the back. Had spacers in the front. But that right there is supposedly going to almost double the carrying capacity of this truck. So pretty much turned it into a 1-ton, maybe a 1.5-ton truck. And you can see I just got through filling this thing up. Didn't fill it completely up, but you know, it's a 1.5-ton feeder. And I bet we put, no, let me rephrase that. It's a 1,500-pound feeder. So I bet we put 1,000 pounds in it, and she's not even squatting. So now we're going to get ready and go take it for a maiden voyage and see how this thing does. But so the other thing that we did on the truck, let's see if I can show you up here. Yeah, so here were the spacers that we put up at the front up here. Kept all the geometry the same. We had the front end aligned once we were done with that. We also put BF Goodrich, I call it their new tire. I think they've been out for a while, but it's a heavy-duty all-terrain. Carries the load. It's rated for this type of truck. Also, look at the lug design on this. Reports have it that if you really monitor tire pressures, that guys are getting 60, 70,000 miles out of this. So for me, that this is just going to be used on the farm, I may never wear those tires out. What else did we do? We painted the wheels black. I've got a video out there on that. Really changed the appearance of the truck when we did that. So between the window tint, painting the wheels back black. So for the bed itself, we went with the North Star. And a couple of reasons. A, these things are built literally just down the road about 15 miles. But the main reason we went with this one is it's got the hay spikes. So it's got a hydraulic in there that you can tilt this thing back, pick up a bale of hay, flip it back up. Got your receiver hitch, your lights. Right here is a trap door that exposes your ball for the gooseneck trailer. But one thing about it, man, visibility is very limited. You can see this is a big, big thing. So one of the things we did, we came and put a backup camera right here in the center of this, and we leave it in the on position. You can see 3C actually was pretty smart. They designed this little peephole, and the purpose of that was when you were backing up to hook up a gooseneck, you could at least see that you were getting close. The other thing is we're down here a lot at night, and it is dark, dark, dark out in the country. We put LED work lights on here, and I have a video out there showing that. Got them on this side in the event if we're having to load at night. That makes it pretty nice. We also had graphics. Why not? It's a work truck. Tax deductible. So we put some graphics on there, man. Let's see. So here was the other one. This is the chute that actually comes down that you feed. I'm in the process of looking for an actuator, trying to figure out what to work on that. If the guys at 3C want to do anything, if they're interested, love to talk to you. The other reason I like this bed was it had the nice little skid rails. Also had the pocket holes here. We may put a little bit of a sidebar on here because stuff does have a tendency to want to slide out. So here's the other part. Show you guys. So we wired this thing up, and I don't know if you can see this or not, probably not with the glare. But this is the backup camera. Does a really good job of showing, because it'd be really hard to spike a bale of hay when that's all you see out your back window. Makes it tough. So we came in here, we wired the 3C cattle feeder. So you got a gauge here, you can monitor how much you're putting out. It's got an on-off switch for that, but that is so cool. Ford did a really good job of having these already factory installed auxiliary switches. So this is like the rear lights, the side lights, and a light bar that we put on the front of the truck. This one is for the backup camera, but I have it wired to be on all the time, because even when you're driving down the road, it's hard to see if somebody's coming up in your blind spot, and that camera does a real good job of picking up people along the side of you and everything else. So really love that. All right, guys, we're gonna take it down here in just a minute, and we're gonna take it out and see if this feeder works. Use it for the first time. So that right there is the light bar we put across the front. I do have a couple of other little minor things. These are the original light bulbs from 2014. They are not bright at all. So I have a pair of LED super bright lights that have been ordered. Just waiting on those to come in. So I will replace those, and she's almost complete at that point. All right, so I'll get a video here in a few minutes showing it picking up a bale of hay. We'll also show it when we're actually putting out the cake, if you will, and get you a wrap up here. But let me know what you think about this work truck. And just like that, we put out feed. So let's see what the girls think about this. So this was my first time, so I got to learn how to do this. Man, it puts out a lot of feed, so when it starts coming out, you got to hit the go button and go. But I like it. I like it. I like it. The girls like it too. Okay, so here you go. This is why we got this bed like we did. So you can see here, it's got the spikes on the back. You have the ability to come in here, pick up a bale of hay, and off to the races you go. But you can see, mission accomplished right here. So we got about 1,000 pounds of feed in the 3C cattle feeder. We got a bale of hay on the back, and she squatted a little bit, but man, look at that. She is carrying the weight. I like it, I like it, I like it. Now we'll still use the tractor to feed most of the time, but this is just an auxiliary. Sometimes you get in a bind, you don't want to get the tractor out, or if the tractor has any problems or anything, you may need to get this. So I'm pretty happy. I mean, most of the time we're not going to be doing a lot of moving hay with this, but for the most part, I think she did a pretty good job. So we'll show you how this thing goes down. So you have a controller inside of the truck. Apologize for the shadows. But see, there you go. You set that thing down. You just back up to it, and she is ready to go. All right, guys. Let me know what you think about the Heritage Farms feed truck. I think we're ready to go to work. As always, glory be to God. Got a favor, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot and costs you absolutely nothing. We're closing in on 10,000 followers. Would love to break that milestone. And as always, glory be to God.